I'm enough. That's a statement sentence we've heard many a times. That's an affirmation we've tried to affirm many a times, only to find ourselves feeling inadequate from time and again, only to find ourselves trying hard and even harder over and again. Which is where, as we continue to walk even further on our path of self-transformation, we begin to understand that it is not as much about enough and not enough, as much as it is about how big is our appetite, as much as it is about how hungry we are for anything and everything in life. So say if our appetite and hunger is equivalent to 2 bowls of rice, 1 bowl of rice will not be enough. It will feel as if this is not enough. It will feel as if I am not getting enough, resulting in feeling I am not enough. And so let's realize this. Our measurement of enough is based on something, whatever that thing may be for us, instead of our true self. It stems from something deep within we aren't really aware of. For what feels not enough for us may feel more than enough for someone else. For what feels enough for us may not feel enough for someone else. And that is why I am enough is subjective. It is personal. I am enough or not enough stems from the gap, the distance between our current version versus our version of our ideal self, who we are today versus who we aspire to be. And the bigger the gap, the larger the not enoughs. The lesser the distance, the stronger the enoughs. And this is where and why we must not blindly affirm I'm enough. For deep down we won't be able to accept it. Our mind won't be accepting it. But rather, we must find out what is our version of our ideal self in our mind. We must find out why do we want that version of our ideal self come alive instead. To do what? For what? Well, let's understand this. This ideal self concept is but a deal I make with my own self that let's come alive. We have goals worthwhile to live for. Because let's realize this. It is because we felt this wasn't enough that we even pushed ourselves to do more than enough. It is because we felt we were not enough that we even pushed ourselves to be more than enough. But this is where we must also question. Should I let my hunger subside or should I satisfy my appetite, my hunger? And will that be greedy or will that be enough? And this is where we must also learn to discern between our hunger and our greed, for we may not want to satisfy the latter. And so, finally we say this, I am enough. Yes, I certainly am. We certainly are. I'm more than enough. We accept that. We now realize that. But at the same time, I also feel not enough. For the gap is still there. The distance is still to be covered. And maybe that is why we are still walking upon our path of self-transformation. But enjoying the journey as much as we possibly can. Walk with me as we each contemplate on I who is enough or not enough.